As the umpire holds the ball off for the final time in MC Labour Division 2 for 2024. Stefano gets a tap down to Hall, who gets a quick kick forward for South Morang inside forward 50. Almost mopped up to Prophetess is in there. Houston able to get a quick kick forward. It's taken, and it's going to be towards Dintinasante. Can't take the mark. It's going to come out to Trainu, who's going to snap one towards goal. It's a 2-on-2 contest. Standing under it, can't take the mark either of the South Morang forwards. Dintinasante still in there, takes possession, shrugs one tackle, gets taken by another, gets the handball out, and now it's wrapped up inside forward 50 for the Lions. Had a quiet third quarter, Dintinasante, but looking to have an impact straight away in this final term and put this grand final to bed. Major gets the tap down, Barnes slams one out of defensive 50 for the Creekers. Hall standing under it. But doing well is Robbie Noble to force it over the boundary line for a throw in.
And they've kept Leonardis inside forward 50 as well. Another interesting move here from the Lions. They must really like his use of the footy because it has been pretty efficient so far today. So Leonardis will stay at half forward for the time being. Meanwhile, the Rucks go at it. And it's Stefano that got it straight to Booth. We'll have another stoppage. He's a great user of the footy. You see Andrew Tranquilli there. You wonder what's going through his head in this last term. No Ruck getting a tap. Here's Ty Hall again. Another clearance for South Morang. High ball. Doesn't land for anyone. Second bounce is Booth, who punches it into space. Here's Traianu now. Manages to get Booth to ball. Top of the goal square. Dintino Sante's got a one-on-one. Coming in late is Searle. Bounces towards the direction of Lansfield. Can he get the bounce right? Hot on his hammer was Keating, who fell over him. Still a chance for the Lions, but they've got no support in numbers. Creekers try to go off the ground through Keating. They can't get Booth to ball. And the umpire now hovers and will grab the footy 45 metres out from the Lions' goal. You feel like, as Tim said earlier, if they kick the first of this last term, that's pretty much all she wrote, you would think. He's Major coming in hard, got Boots a ball. We're going to get a high free kick that goes the way of Diamond Creek. So it's Mitch Dale who wants to get things going. They're going to have to be quick. Mark dropped, though, by Noble. Loses the footy in the process. Here comes Ty Hall. Here comes Ben Muscat. Lots of bodies flying around. Umpire says, give it to me in the centre square. 2.5 gone. Lions by 31.
So it's a frantic start to this final term for both sides. Stefano was able to get the tap down. A few players coming through and unable to take a clean possession. Marshall's able to get a kick off the deck, but it lands in the hands of Potter, who snaps it forward for the Lions. Lansfield almost takes the mark, can't get two hands to it. Leonardis tries to paddle it forward, but doing well is Randall. Barnes' kick smothered, and back inside forward 50. Leonardis runs onto it, gets the handball over to Hall, over to Dintinasante, who's going to run into an open goal. The kick is forward, and just about put this grand final to bed. Goes and celebrates with the Rezzies behind the goals, who had grand final success earlier on in the day. Josh Dintinasante has kicked 4 in this grand final and extends the margin out to 37 points for South Morang.
And he just found himself in an acreage of space there. And we know how lethal he can be one-on-one, but he was just all on his own. Diamond Creek had committed numbers further forward up the ground. And that is such a crucial goal for South Morang. And we said they had one hand on the cup before. Now they've probably got 1.5.
And they're going to get another free kick here from this stoppage. Must have been for running into the centre square before the ball had been tossed up. No, it's going South Morang's way.
No,
I reckon
it's gone Diamond Creek's way.
Diamond Creek.
All right, I've got confused the hand signals, but yes, you're right. Creekers will have it. It's Barrow in the middle. They've got to get everything going right for them now, and that's almost a good start with Major nearly taking the mark. Kalpakis lost the footy. Certainly Traianu. That ball not going anywhere, though. We'll have a ball up. So 4.25 minutes gone. That first goal of the last term goes to South Morang. It means that the Creekers are going to need 7 goals to win this grand final. Stefano, a clearance for him. Almost to Lansfield. Ricochets off Traianu. Bouncing ball towards half forward for the Creekers. Picked up by Barnes and lost it straight away. B. Brown just gets boots a ball now. And 1-on-1. Mark's going to be paid, I think, to Diamond Creek, yes. Randall spears one in. Caught his forwards off guard because no one was able to make a lead. Trying to tap it forward. His musket taps it in the direction of Leonardis, who's assuming his role now at half back. Van Zwenen of the Teague variety tries to handball it forward. Noble was desperate. And there's going to be a high contact free kick. That goes the way of South Morang by the looks of it.
Yeah, Houston will have it. Just went in lower and harder for that ball, did Houston. So he's going to go backwards to his captain in Hall. He's going to go across defensive 50 to Kalpakis. This is Mitch. And he's just going to slow things down for a second. Sorry, it is Deacon Kalpakis. Sends a long ball towards the wing. 2-on-2 contest. Marshall at the back, able to take possession for the Creekers. He's going to go long on that left boot towards forward 50. Kalpakis flying from behind. Can't quite take the mark. Barnes is there. So is Stefano for South Morang. Going down low, gets a handball towards Houston. He's tackled by McLaughlin. McLaughlin just trying to wrestle that ball out of Houston's hands, but can't do so. And the umpire will call for a ball up inside Diamond Creek's forward 50. Major and Stefano doing the ruck work. Stefano tries to bring that to ground, but can't do so. Kick off the ground, almost falls in the hand of a Diamond Creek forward. Can't take the mark, and it's wrapped up once again. Diamond Creek, as we said, just need everything to go perfect from now on and need a goal from this stoppage.
37 points is the margin. Stefano getting the tap. Will have... No, it's going to be cleared away by the looks of it, and Kalpakis happy to see the ball go out of bounds. No, insufficient intent. Kalpakis claims that it was touched, but umpire says that he took it over on the full, and now we're going to have a shot on goal for Diamond Creek, albeit a very difficult shot by the looks of it. And we'll see if the Creekers can get on the board. They have not kicked the goal since the second term. The man is 40 metres out on goal. That's a very nice finish. So the Creekers get one back. I think it's Major who's put it through. A much-needed one, and it's got to start something now for Andrew Tranquilli's men. The margin reduces to 31 points, Tim.
Yeah, and they needed that. Came at a very important moment, and you never know what momentum can do. Diamond Creek wrestled back momentum, at least momentarily there, getting such an important goal from Ben Major, who was hugged against the boundary, and it's a fantastic finish just to keep his side with a sniff in this Division 2 Grand Final.
Still going to be tough. They've kicked 33 points in 3 and a bit quarters and need to double that to win this grand final. Booth takes it out of the centre clearance and just barrels one inside forward 50. The South Morang defender probably got pushed, but it worked to his advantage as he got first hands to that ball and spoiled it over the boundary line for another throw-in right in front of the scoreboard, which does read South Morang 10-4-64, leading Diamond Creek 4-9-33. 8 minutes gone in this final quarter. Major tries to slap it forward, but it actually hit him on the head, so it's gone backwards and now wrapped up on the paint of 50 metres for Diamond Creek. Camburis at the bottom of that pack. And umpire will restart things straight away. Stefano and Barrow doing the ruck work. Stefano tap forward, but Boots able to mop it up and kick inside forward 50 for Diamond Creek. A quick handball out towards Barnes. McLaughlin's in there, so is Tobin. But a clearing kick through Hall for South Morang. But it's just going to come straight back in through Maloney.
Oh.
But that one's a bad one off the side of the boot. And it has gone out of bounds on the full.
So South Morang, 31-point leaders. Late in a grand final. Who would have dreamt this 18 months ago? South Morang will clear it away, and Randall will set it out of bounds. This is a side that took a few attempts to get into Division 2 in the late 2010s. Had to go through COVID and then finally achieved the success in 2022. They've replicated Banyul's rise from Division 3 so far, but it looks like unless something goes drastically wrong, they're going to do it in quicker time as Ty Hall gets the clearance and finds James Hewson, who was best on ground in that 2022 premiership. And he might not be far away from a second flag. Hewson just tried to torpedo it, didn't come off. Off hands, Lansfield, although there's a high contact free that's going to the lines. So it's going to land here for South Morang, who have it about 60 out from goal. I'll look to send this one to the top of the goal square. Dinton Osante and Lansfield are both there. It's going to go through both of them, and Barrow, the last man in defence for the Creekers, is able to take the relieving mark. Barrow called to play on. Dangerous kick. Might work out okay potentially. The Creekers will clear their lines. They'll look to go towards the boundary line. Noble was the target. Can't keep it in play. And we're going to have a boundary throw in between wing and half forward. We see Gary Hall on the far right there, just off screen now, but he's looking to find himself a two-time premiership coach. He could be very well on the way. We're about the 11-minute mark of this last quarter of the MC Labour Division 2 Grand Final. Ball about to be tossed back into play. It'll be Stefano, it'll be Barrow. Goes over the head of both. Trano at the back of the pack, intercepted by Searle. The Prophetess is in there as well. Leonardus manages to get boot to ball. Bounces almost for Lansfield. Christidis is coming in as well. Booth gets boot to ball off the ground. The Prophetess soccers it back in the other direction. Dale swings it past, and then it's all Creekers here. You can take the relieving mark. It's the full-back of the team of the year in Branson Keating, who will have it for the Creekers. Sends it towards half forward. Stefano on the hole. Off hands. Barrow just handballs it to gain some meterage. Not really to the direction of a Creekers forward, although Jarvis had a chance. The Kalpakis brothers link up, but they lose the footy. Elwood's there, and then Deacon Kalpakis is tackled over the line. Any glimmer of hope for Diamond Creek here, Tim? Is there anything they can do? What risks do they need to take to try and get themselves in this game?
They just need to look to move the ball quickly. In a stoppage like this, they just need to be able to take these chances. They're going to be fleeting in this final term. That's why they've got to make use of every opportunity.
As Elwood quick kick towards goal, but Kalpakis standing on the last line of defence as the goalkeeper for South Morang. And he's going to move this one to his brother, but the pressure comes from Elwood. And it's going to be wrapped up. Umpire calls for a stoppage. So they're applying the pressure here. They've got nothing to lose, Diamond Creek, at this point. Just have to throw everything at this final quarter in hopes of causing an upset. Stefano gets a tap down to Kalpakis, who's kick forward. Now Jolly standing under this one. Can't take a mark. Leonardus is in there. So is Trainu. And eventually does find its way further forward through Davies. Dintina Sante does well playing the defender in that contest. Brings the ball to ground. Takes possession once again, and now Traunu gets handball over Traunu. But his kick doesn't go anywhere. Actually just goes a metre to his right and over the boundary line, out of bounds on the full.
The Creekers will look to push forward, which they do. They'll get it to Camburus. Sends it into the pocket. Trying to keep it forward was Jarvis. Missed the footy. Kalpakis sees it out of bounds. So Diamond Creek, they were in this position 12 months ago. They gave up 6 goals in the last quarter. And they went down in that grand final, but it's a 31-point difference at the moment that they find themselves behind. Stefano's tap goes straight to Barnes, who gets boot to ball, and it's a very wide kick out of bounds on the full. So 13 and a half gone, last quarter. South Morang, you start to feel now, can get ready to celebrate. They've kept the number one defensive team in the comp to just 4 goals. So Deacon Kalpakis called to play on now. Sends a very high ball outside defensive 50. Lots of plays flying. Ty Hall at the bottom of the pack. And the Lions can't keep it in play. 14 minutes gone.
Just every stoppage at the moment is just a mini victory for South Morang. Just having those seconds tick down before that elusive first ever MC Labour Division 2 premiership for the Lions.
There's a ball thrown back in. There's a free kick that's been paid by the non-controlling umpire, and it is going to go South Morang's way for a hold. Maybe it was a high, but it is going to go Lions' way. And now they'll look to take some more time off the clock, but they're going to look to put more score on the board late in this final quarter. Jolly flies from behind, can't take the mark. Houston paddles it forward, but over the boundary line. It is. Could be double delight for South Morang today after their reserves got the job done over Diamond Creek. Under the 19s, unfortunately, went down to a St Mary's side who completed an undefeated campaign in the under 19s. But now play back underway, and we're going to have another throw in on the Northern Football Netball League logo here at Preston City Oval. 15 minutes gone, final quarter. It is South Morang with a 31-point lead in this MC Labour Division 2 Grand Final.
So, ball about to be tossed back into play. Stefano and Barrow. Barrow able to push his opponent out of the way, but then got stuck in the tackle. So we'll go again in the sun now at Preston City Oval. We'll get that sunlight for the remainder of the game. Maloney got it out to Searle. Searle gets the clearing kick towards half forward, and good mark taken by Major. Major, corner of the centre square, was able to get past Houston, and Major goes long for home. And marking on the goal line was Baird. I hope that was in play. It looks like it was. And Tom Baird's kicked his second of the afternoon. I don't reckon Ben Major would be too rapt about that. That was a certain goal by the looks of it, but Baird gets his second, and the margin reduces to 25 points.
Well, they all count for the Creekers, and Ben Major is a massive kick of the footy. Just wheeled around on his right, took on a defender, and almost inside the centre square. That ball would have drifted through had it not been for Tom Baird. Magnificent there from Ben Major, just to try and give his team a spark. There's approaching the 17th minute mark of this final term. Everything would have to go right for the Creekers from here.
As Stefano takes that one out of the ruck and just sends a long bomb towards forward 50 for the Lions. He's got Leonardis one-on-one. Just paddles it towards the boundary line and out of bounds. Had Maloney for company. And it will be thrown back into play. The large contingent of South Morang fans standing in front of our commentary position, just itching to get onto the ground and hopefully celebrate a premiership in about 10 or 15 minutes' time. Ball thrown back in. Stefano tapped down towards Kane Hall. It goes in low and hard, but tackled immediately, and we'll have another stoppage about 60 around from the South Morang goal at the city end. Stefano once again takes it out of the ruck, kick inside forward 50. Leonardis takes it, wheels around on the left, goes high and long. Ball comes down, Dinasante shrugs one tackle, can't shrug the second, gets a handball out. Umpire judged that it was incorrect disposal. He was looking for his fifth goal. It's going to come back the other way for Diamond Creek, and Randall takes the mark at centre half back.
So Randall will just go short. And Marshall's able to clear things, bouncing ball towards half forward. Went over the head of the one-on-one. Can Pingree get there? Major tries to. Both couldn't. The Lions unsuccessfully, or unconvincingly rather, get it out. It's going to be one back here by the Creekers. Major looping handball close to the boundary line, and Brennan's bumped over by Deacon Kalpakis. We're going to have a boundary throw in inside 50. Kalpakis very sore on the boundary line, so it's going to take a moment to be put back up. He is okay. Stefano out of the ruck and just clears the lines for the Lions, although goes straight back to the Creekers, and Randall will just chip it to Lewis. 25 points is the margin, 19 minutes gone. Lewis, inside 50 they go. Baird snaps around, and it works okay for Barnes. So Tyler Barnes, if he kicks this, will make it a 19-point ball game as we approach time on. He's kicked 18 goals this year. Goals, in fact, in 5 straight games for Tyler Barnes. And he comes in and sneaks that one home. So maybe, just maybe, the Creekers can cause a scare. It's a 19-point ball game, 6-9-45 of the Creekers. South Morang 10-4-64. About to tick into time on, Tim.
And Diamond Creek have definitely lifted in the last couple of minutes just with their forward 50 entries, finding targets and just giving the Lions a little bit of a scare. 19 points the difference, of course, but as we approach time on, still a chance.
So straight back in the middle here. Looks like it might be Noble doing the ruck work for Diamond Creek.
Big ask.
There's a massive ask, but he does well. Gets two hands to that one. Taps it down. Hall's able to take first possession and send it inside forward 50 towards Jolly. He's being held as he takes it. And it's going to be wrapped up on the paint of 50. So we think at this point, one more for South Morang would absolutely seal it. But Diamond Creek have put a bit of scare into the Lions late in this final quarter. Quick tap down for Diamond Creek. McLaughlin's there, but Hall just goes in low and hard and takes possession. McLaughlin tackles him, but he gets the handball out. Hewson in there. But it is going to be a ball up on the corner of the centre square. Outer side here at Preston City Oval. Stefano goes up unopposed, but tap down is taken by an opponent. Hall just paddles it forward to Hewson, who's set upon by two Diamond Creek defenders immediately. And we'll have another ball up inside the centre square.
Now into minute 21. They still need 4 goals, the Creekers. Lions get the clearance. Leonardis gets away from Maloney. Dintil Sante's got a one-on-one. It went past him. Keating just got boots of ball. Found Barnes. Wasn't 15. Clears it away, and it works out here for McLaughlin. Wants to go through the middle. Mark dropped on that occasion, though, by Randall. Towards half forward. Sidhu's in front. Did well to keep it in front of him. Chance for Tranu. Pingree wins it back for the Creekers. Taps it backwards as well. Marshall somehow got the handball away. And they're just trying to wrestle their way through. Ball's still alive here. Swings away. Major with a toe poke. Chance for MP, who's moved up forward. Mitch Kalpakis will see that ball out of bounds.
Just absolute desperation from both sides late in this grand final. We've ticked over 22 minutes gone. It is a 19-point margin in favour of South Morang. We're looking for their first ever MC Labour Division 2 premiership. But it's not done just yet. Ball thrown back into play inside Diamond Creek's forward 50. Camburis is in there. He's going to wheel around onto the right and snap inside the forward 50 mark. Almost taken. It has been taken.
Oh.
Donaldson called to play. Oh, no, the mark has been paid now. He did have enough of that.
Looking at the replay.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yep. Third attempt, no problems.
Yeah. So Ryan Donaldson will have the ball.
No, Lewis.
Sorry, it's Lewis. Got my 7 and 1 mixed up. Matthew Lewis will kick towards goal. He's hooked that one. And it's going to go for another minor score. So it is down to an even 18-point margin. Well, we saw extra time in the first final between these two sides. We'd love to see some more. But South Morang just looking too strong at the moment as Kalpakis takes the outer defence for the Lions.
Goes towards the outer side. Creekers will look to push through. They're going to have a chance here. Snap on goal. Almost marked on the line by the Lions through Potter. Chance for Barnes. Well, there's still some life in this game just yet. Barnes kicks his second in the last quarter. Margin is 2 goals. And maybe the Creekers are still in this game.
You never know. The Creekers have just done really well this quarter, chipping away at the lead, making the most of their opportunities. And there from Tyler Barnes, there was a bit of a contest on the line, and the ball fell to ground, and Barnes was able to capitalise and just keep the Creekers in the hunt. You never know. Noble in the ruck, got a big job again against Stefan Isle, but this ball goes Diamond Creek's way out of the centre, and you never know.
Lions fans trying to get their team involved. The Creekers might win another clearance. It went over the head of McLaughlin. Chance for Donaldson. High contact free kick. So here comes Ryan Donaldson for Diamond Creek. It's a 24.5-minute mark of the last term. He's going into the pocket. Mark almost taken by Pingree. Lost his footing. Now Noble again. High ball. Wide ball. Out of bounds on the full. And the Lions through Mitch Kalpakis. will reset in defensive 50.
So you think he's just going to go long down the line with this ball. He does just that. Stefano standing under it, but solid multiple Diamond Creek players. There's a mark being claimed, but it's play on. There was just so many hands getting to that ball that you couldn't really pay a mark to Camburis in that situation. So umpire calls for it once again. Stefano taps that one over Trauanu. He'll keep it in just. Handball over the top towards Leonardis. Gets bumped, but does well, and the kick isn't a good one off the instep, and it has gone out of bounds on the full. So Diamond Creek with another opportunity to go forward here late in this final quarter.
Well, it's incredible what a couple of goals too, because suddenly the Creekers look really interested and aggressive with the footy in hand. They'll chip it to Marshall, who's almost true centre wing. That's a very dangerous kick to Booth. Got the hands away though to Keating. Keating, long ball, inside 50. Can the Creekers get a mark? They can't. Deacon Kalpaka stands tall and will swing it towards the outer side. Van Zwienen of the Kobe variety can just chip it, and he'll find Potter, centre wing, outer side. 26 minutes gone last term. His team lead by 12 points. Potter, floating ball towards half forward, almost marked by Randall. It's Jolly that gets a high ball, but there's nobody inside 50. So the mark will be taken by Marshall, and away go the Creekers through the middle of the ground. Is there time? Chance now for Lewis. Goes towards half forward. Ty Hall coming to intercept. Tries to paddle it towards Traianu. Lost his handle. Chance now for Noble. He's going to go forward here, Noble. Left foot ball is a very, very high one. Lines with numbers. Goes over the back. God. Noble touched on the line. Oh. And the margin is at 11 points. 7-11-53 Diamond Creek. South Morang at 10-4-64. 27 minutes gone last turn.
Diamond Creek throwing absolutely everything at South Morang in this final quarter. And now just 11 points down. Quick kick in Tinasante out of defensive 50. Stefano standing under it. So is Lewis. Jolly takes possession, but it's tackled immediately. It comes out the back. Traianu's in there as well, but umpire calls for a stoppage. So 27 and a half minutes gone. Final quarter of this grand final. Stefano tapped down. Finds Leonardis. He's tackled. And another stoppage on the wing in front of the Diamond Creek bench. Stefano tap over the top. Leonardis going in hard. Players just throwing themselves on top of this ball from both teams. And the umpire will call for another ball up.
4-1 in this quarter from Diamond Creek. And despite that, that may not be enough. Noble did really well to get a hand onto it. Traianu, who's clearing ball, ricochets, and it's going to be out of bounds through Chris Maloney.
You feel with so little time left in this last quarter, it's got to be 2 clean possessions here from Diamond Creek. 1 from this stoppage and a mark inside forward 50.
So Noble again up against Stefano. It's going to land for Stefano. At the bottom of the pack is McLaughlin. Chance for Camburis, who tries to push it forward. We're going to have another stoppage. We are 55 metres out from the Diamond Creek goal. They trail by 11 points. They've kicked the last 4 goals of the game. That ball, not going anywhere at the moment. Out for Marshall. Marshall, he's going to send this one inside 50, and the mark is taken by Major.
And we know he's got the distance.
So the man on the mark is just inside 50. Ben Major wastes no time. This has to go through for the Creekers to be any chance. It's coming back. It's got it! 5-point ball game. Ben Major with his second of the afternoon. The Creekers are storming home, and they are 1 goal away from a premiership. 8-11-59 the Creekers. The Lions are 10-4-64, 29 goal last turn.
And who saw this coming? Even at the 10-minute mark of this last quarter, I think we were thinking South Morang by how much, but the Creekers have one last chance. There can be barely any time left on this clock. But it's under 1 straight goal, 5 points. So a goal will do it for the Creekers.
Big guns in the middle for both sides. Stefano and Noble doing the ruck work. Noble rises over the top, gets the tap down. Leonardis off the centre half back, just slams it forward for South Morang. Keating's in there, but is beaten by Jolly. Gets a quick kick forward. Mark is taken for South Morang. No, it's play on. It's got to go forward once again for Diamond Creek. Leonardus there to mop up once again for the Lions. Gets a handball over to his captain Hall. Sends it inside forward 50. Can't be too long left now. Diamond Creek's looking to clear this one out of defence. Finds its way over. Kick towards goal.
Oh.
It's through for a behind. So we're back to an even 1 goal margin.
30 and a half gone. They've got to go from coast to coast, the Creekers. Marshall will start it off. Is there time left for the Creekers to do it? Goes broadcast side. Mark dropped by Donaldson. Still a chance though. Coming in hard the other way is Christina's. Now Triadu. That's it! The roar heard all around Northern Melbourne. South Morang are going to Division 1. And what a way to win it. A glorious rise from South Morang. And from third place, they have produced a flawless finals campaign to win their third ever premiership in the Northern Football Netball League. And the Lions will be seen in top flight action in 2025. A gallant effort from Diamond Creek. They just fall short. But it is South Morang who truly earned this moment. Full time at Preston City Oval. The Lions hold on. 10-5-65. Diamond Creek 8-11-59.